Tell everybody some of your key building blocks when you look back on your own life and your own journey.
Yes.
Kind of rags to riches.
Well, first off, the great majority of people who start businesses come from poor families.
That's right.
I was one of them. You don't need money to start a business, okay? The guys with the money tend not to do so well. What I did is I was a diner waitress, and I took a $1,000 loan from my boyfriend, and I started a small, or I should say tiny, real estate company in New York City to rent apartments. It was just me. Okay.
And now it's the entire city has your name on it.
No.
Pretty close. All the good stuff has your name on it.
But one thing I knew is I knew right away I was going to need a plan because I only had $1,000. So I decided what my overhead was. It was exactly $120 a week or $480 a month. And I knew it bought me my desk space, which I subleased, a Princess phone, an extra $1 a month. What the hell?
She's so cool.
Yeah, and the other thing it bought me was a 5-line ad in the New York Times classified columns. Very important. But one thing I knew is I only had 6 weeks to stay in business, and I had to hit the floor running and make a commission fast. And luckily for me, I did. And now this is how I worked my plan my entire life. Simple. Every time I had an extra $480, which represents a 1-month overhead, I took the $480 and I hired a salesperson because I knew I could afford them for 1 month.
That's right.
And when they made the extra $480, they hired a salesperson. Not they, I hired another one because they made the profit. And then I hired and hired and hired with the $480 until I had until I had 1,000 salespeople and sold my business for $66 million. Not
bad.
I'm bragging.
So,
thank you.
She has a pretty original idea, I think. She wants to go into nutrition and fitness, but she wants to do sort of a 360 lifestyle thing for mothers and their children, which is kind of cool. So, school her.
Yeah, I'll give you a few tips, okay? First of all, you have to look the part, all right? And you have to act the part. Acting the part, I have found, is nothing more than convincing yourself you're deserving of the business. Lots of people who start out in a business have inside them, oh my God, I don't know if I'm really gonna make... That kind of self-talk the clients pick up on. It's like a dog on a bone. They can smell you weak. Right. You have to convince yourself you're deserving of your success, which is hard for a lot of women in particular, because they tend to take a second seat on stuff. I had to psych myself up, I deserve this, I deserve this. Once I did, I had to stand apart from the pack. So what I had to do, look at you look the part. I needed to look like a fancy real estate lady, so the first thing I did with my first commission check, which was not practical, is I blew it on a fancy coat at Bergdorf Goodman's, so I looked like a fancy lady. And I wore that coat for 4 years up and down the streets of Manhattan. I got my money's worth. And after that, I decided, how do I stand apart? And I bought myself a red suit, and I continued buying red suits. It's all I ever wore was a red suit. When I walked into a room, people would say, there she is, the girl in the red suit. So you need to figure out, you're so pretty, you look healthy, are you?
Yes, I am healthy, yes. I hope so.
Okay, people are gonna wanna look like you and be like you, but how do you really zoom it up and stand apart from the pack? That's the very beginning.
Packaging.
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 The right packaging. She said it, what'd you say?
Packaging.
Packaging.
Yeah.
Packaging. Packaging.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, for me, it was a time thing. I thought, well, my thing is 30 minutes or less. That's my promise, because that's what people would wait for the delivery guy from the pizza company. They would wait 30 minutes for him, so why not take 30 minutes and make better food and feel better about it for yourself and your family? Like, I think you have a great idea. You just got to put a wrapper around it.
Yeah. And you know what's great? Everybody copied you once you came out with it. But
Yes,
you
I
own
know.
it.
I've seen many of those titles.
Ready for another tip?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
People underestimate the power of organization. If you're just working by yourself, you don't have to be organized. You work however you please. But the minute you start multiplying and building an organization, you've got to be organized. I, fortunately, had a mother, had 10 kids in a 2-bedroom flat, and she was super organized. So what she did is she had all the socks in one drawer. For my 4 brothers, she had all navy blue. For the 6 girls, she had all white, all in the same size. Now think about the genius in that. All you had to do getting out to school in the morning is reach in and grab any 2 as long as you knew the color, and only my gay brother got confused. Which was always charming. All right. But how did I take that to my office? Well, I was dyslexic and not good with words, so I got good at colors, and I used it my entire life to build my business. So you walk into my office, everything's color-coded. I do 3 types of segments: self-improvement, real estate, and of course what we're doing here today, business advice. I only have 3 colors, so anything I want to find, ideas, new things, filing stuff, I just know what my colors are, okay? Likewise with my to-do list. Everybody in the world works with a to-do list, okay? But here's what I learned years ago. There's so much papers. You know, everybody prints everything out. I get confused. I only have my to-do list every day on a bright paper. I don't care how big it
That
gets.
pile gets, you
I
can
can find it. And then when I take my to-do list, there's a million things you're not going to get done. That's the way life. But I look through and I go, what are my A's? That's an A. That's an A. The rest are B's, C's, 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 millions of C's. You know what an A is? The A is the item that you usually don't want to do that is going to do the most to push your business ahead.
That's
the
right.
hard lifting.
That's right.
I don't want to call them. I don't want to ask for the order. I don't want to be embarrassed. Get the A's out of the way. And who cares if the C's ever happen?
Right.
It doesn't make a difference, you know?